Time to check in with our lizard overlords. What are they up to? Well, this.
Is this the worst hour now?
Are we done our first hour?
Yeah, we're into our worst hour now.
Keep your expectations of this episode low. Starting the worst hour now, I feel like we've crossed into like maybe not great content hour.
Welcome to our worst hour. So, we won a job for a girl that I went to high school with. She wasn't happy with the quote she got from another guy. It was over the top. She sent me a drawing. She's like, I had someone design this for me, and it was like from I don't know, a design service like Fiverr or something like that.
But a house is $756 in fucking Cornwall
What do you
a
mean?
night. There's a house here that's $756 a night in
Where
fucking
is
Cornwall.
Cardinal
What
Inn?
is that, Mike?
Oh, that's a
Can you?
lawyer place.
I can't see.
That's a law office. Maybe you get free counseling.
Entire home.
10 guests, 5 bedrooms, 5 beds, 2.5 baths. Oh, I guess that's why it's $700 a night. That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
So what happened with your ex-girlfriend from high school?
She's not my ex-girlfriend.
I was just adding that. I was just adding that to spice up the episode.
Oh no. But she had this landscape design and she brought it to another landscaper. She's like, can you do this? He's like, oh, I can do better than that. And he got all hot and horny, wanted to design something nicer or whatever. Anyway, she's like, she wanted it originally just design. But the design that the other landscaper brought forth was like flagstone in the front. And I'm just like, this is not fucking practical to have a flagstone walkway in your front yard. Like you're gonna hate it shoveling that shit in the winter. I don't care how nice you make the flagstone walkway, you're gonna hate shoveling that in the winter.
Mm.
For the backyard, fine. Don't sell it in the front yard. But so the guy lost the job and she's like, can you do this? I'm like, we can do exactly that if that's what you want. She's like, yep, okay, we'll do it. That's how much it's gonna cost. Good.
Do
I
you think that
love,
that guy just oversold himself right out of the job instead of just listening to someone and doing what they
yeah,
want?
absolutely. Absolutely. But I used to do the same thing, right? Like I used to want to make everything amazing. Now I'll
Mm.
give it to you how you want it.
I think that that's accurate for me. There was a time when I would, let's do these inlays and let's do this and let's do that. And now I'm like, can you just make this as simple as fucking possible?
Yeah. Yeah. Simple as simple as we can, in and out. Well done, quickly, for the right price.
Hmm.
It's a recession buster deal over here.
Yes.
Unless you tell me otherwise, unless you really want a showstopper for a lot of
When was the
money.
last time you showed up at a residential job and were really inspired to like really like just sell these people an amazing design and do an amazing job and just really wow someone? Like when was the last time like I would show up at a house and be like, oh, we could do this and we could do that and we could build an elevated patio and we could do. Now I show up at houses, I'm like, what's the least complex thing I could sell here and still get this
Yeah.
job?
What can I sell where I don't have to be here every day to micromanage the job?
Hmm.
What is simple enough for the guys to install well, beautifully, that's going to last, that I don't have to be here for?
Yes.
Because if it's going to be complex, fine, I can do it. No problem. We can do a great job at it. But you're going to pay for me to be there all the time or most of the time. Like it's not, there's a premium attached to that stuff. And I think my love for that sort of thing sort of fell off around the time when the commercial stuff took off because there's such a gap between what residentially people are willing to pay and what money is available commercially. So when you see start to chase the big dollars commercially, you're just like residential, man, like I don't have time for these little problems anymore.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I
too
mean,
busy fixing $800 potholes.
yeah, brainless. Or you could like, how much big of a patio are you gonna put in for $800? Not much.
Well, there's also an argument that for $800, you're right. I don't have probably have to babysit it or anything. Just go do this.
You could
Yeah.
walk the guys through that job on the phone. Go to this address, find the big pothole, cut it out, fill it with clear, patch over it. This is a picture of it. You cannot necessarily go to a residential job, even if it's like a lift and relay, and be like, go to this lady's house and lift her walkway and put it back down for $800.
Well, I think too that I feel like there's potentially a big payout for this. Like potentially we do this, we get a big job. There's something else in it.
Yeah.
I watch all the guys doing crazy stuff, and I remember I used to like thinking about how all the pavers would work and how you could do crazy things with them and make different patterns and do all these things. And now I watch them and I'm like, man, I like watching like NRX. They
Yeah.
posted this video today where they had a 45 meeting in the middle around a pool in a thin spot. It looks almost 3D. It looks so cool. It's so wild. And I looked at it, I was like, man, that is so cool. Thank fucking God I don't have to do that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before I would have looked, there's a time when I would have looked at that and said, oh yeah, you did that. You watch what I'm gonna fucking do on the next one, and I'm gonna show you something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now I look at it and I'm like, I'm so fucking thankful that we're trying to plant carpet junipers and 3 foot grass amongst the fucking tree fucking protection zone. Like, it's just,
I can do it. I can't keep up. Like I used to
you know what
want
I do like about commercials? So I came around the corner today and we're supposed to be building these fences in around these patios at the fire hall. And I came around the corner today and I thought the guy doing the fences was done. Came around the corner, I look at it and I'm like, ugh. I called Jack. I'm like, hey, there's a huge panel missing. One of the panels is missing in the fucking fence. Like, what is going on here? Jack's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, the lady from the city of Mississauga walked out on the patio and was like, I want a gate there. So now they're re-engineering a gate and they're going to give us all the engineered drawings for this gate they want to build in the fence. And I was like, oh, okay. But my favorite thing about it is no one expects you to do that fucking shit for free when they make a change.
Yeah.
You want to change it? You pay. Period. Full stop. There's no debate.
Yeah.
You change what we bid, you fucking pay. Here's a change order.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we don't do change orders without signed POs. And if the site super is asking you to do something, you can say, I'm not doing that without the PO. And the guy just says, yep, you're right, and accepts it. Which, you could send an email to a homeowner and be like, you need to send this email back acknowledging this extra and be ready to pay it. And they could say, oh, I'm going to send it tomorrow. Just do it today. I'm going to send it tomorrow. I'm going to do it. They don't accept you just saying, no, I'm not fucking doing that unless you do this.
Yeah, well, on commercial, there's other things you can go and do maybe on the site. But residentially, if you got to put in a new gate for someone and that's closed off the backyard and you can't get there after whatever, like that could be holding up the whole job and you have nowhere else to go.
Yes.
So you're going to do it. Right. And then eat shit on it because you did it.
Totally agree. Agree 100%.
Nice to have options of other places to go. Even if it's on the same site, we'll go do something over here. We'll plant these junipers. Not worry about the
In the
gate.
tree protection zone in the 3 foot high grass.
Yeah.
The carpet junipers.
Yeah.
And that's like it just made me laugh so much. This is so fucked up. Like, why would we possibly be doing this? that's what commercial landscaping is.
I love it. I love it.
It's a whole bunch of there's there's things too though that like we did like this huge paver job at this hockey rink. It was 7 or 8 thousand square feet, and there was like I think when they were doing the roller packing, they weren't half on the sidewalk and half on the pavers.
Mm.
So there was like a little lip along the sidewalk, and not even the whole length of it. And but like they opened the hockey rink, and on day one, some kid face planted.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it became like this big deal. So we immediately went back and fixed it. Like whatever, right? No one, as far as I can tell, there's no lawsuits currently, but we went immediately next day, fixed it. Everyone's super happy. But it's like, oh, that kind of stuff happens because you're doing such a like, it's such a big volume of pavers that the fact that 3 or 4 pavers were a little bit high along the sidewalk, like, I think that's pretty reasonable when you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, the scale is just so big that
It's so much pavers. There's so much fucking.
we did years ago, we did a school and in the backyard, like the concrete guys, we had these giant planters. You guys have seen the job. Like they're these big grande wall planters inside of a courtyard and all the interlock spirals in, but there's concrete like aprons and sidewalks around. So the concrete sets the grade for the whole job. And there was one catch basin on the whole job. So the concrete had to be right, the interlock had to be right. But there was one spot where the concrete wasn't right and they weren't coming back to fix it. So there was pooling between the interlock and the concrete. And they're like, people are gonna trip or they're gonna slip when it's freezing out. I'm just like, what the fuck? Who's back here when it's freezing? And they're like, what can you do? I said, well, you gotta rip out the concrete. They're like, we're not ripping out the concrete. What can you do? And I just went in with the quick cut and fucking cut a line through the poly sand and like then I took a drill with a long drill bit and like drilled down through the base and stuff and put some regular sand on it. I'm just like, okay,
Mm.
well, maybe the water won't sit now. And that was 4 years ago. They're like, job done. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you get. Like, that's the fix that you get if you're not willing to rip out the concrete. But it's shit like that. The whole problem solved. $30,000 hole back, released. Because you cut out a bit of poly sand and fucking drilled some holes in the base.
Drilled some holes in the base.
Yeah.
We did that at um a pool once, I think. There was just no way to get the water, like there was no way to, it was a residential job. There's no way to get the water to go where it needed to go. And I remember us, I think, drilling holes and then putting straws in the holes
Yeah. It's like just
so that the
something.
water would go down the straws into the HPV.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm almost positive we did that.
Straws, that's a good
Um,
idea. Yeah. Something. Just
we
anything.
yeah, we put some kind of tube. I think they were straws, like plastic straw. Now you'd be fucked because all the straws are paper. This was a pre-Trudeau job.
Yeah. You can. I saw some guy a couple days ago too, like he fucked up his concrete or something like that. So it's they had a depression in the concrete. So instead of ripping the whole thing up, they put the saw cut through the depression and just gradually buried the saw further toward like
Oh
you're
yeah.
creating a channel with your saw cut and hiding the whole thing. I'm like, that's fucking genius. Never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
It does it like the little things just to get you through. Because it was probably a commercial job and there was a holdback or something like that. But I
And
wouldn't want
at the end of the day, no one cares a lot of times about commercial jobs.
to, no. Just get it to pass.
Yeah.
Make the problem disappear. Even if it's temporary, I could go back there and there could be a fucking giant puddle where I cut out the poly sand. But it doesn't matter anymore. Because one time the problem was solved and now it's good forever. It
Well,
wasn't
but
my fault.
everyone only needs the problem to be solved in that moment so they can get their money. And once everyone has their money, they don't care. And then it becomes whoever built the project's problem
Yeah. Find a different solution. When the
find
ink
a
is
different
dry
solution. Yeah.
on the check, you're good.
Yes. Yeah. No one, like the solutions don't have to be permanent. They have to be last long enough for everyone to get their whole back.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're not searching for permanent fixes here. We're searching for fixes that get you your whole back money.
Yeah. Yeah. What a terrible thing, eh?
Everything on the planet almost is built by the low bidder.
Yeah. Yep. Whatever. I'm a little bit a lot of times too.
Well, that's the world that you live in, right? And I don't know that necessarily hiring the highest bid is the solution to the problem.
Well, it depends what results you want, I suppose.
But I think someone can be just a big a fuck up and charge twice as much as everybody else.
Yeah. But I think you probably have your hands on the reins a little more in residential if you're choosing a contractor to not get fucked. Like commercial guys, if you pick the low bid, you are gonna suffer through it, but you're gonna get the bid that you expect, right? Residentially, like you have the chance to hire someone really good and expect to pay for it or not. You sort of know what you're getting into more, I think, residentially if you hire someone and
Yeah.
commercially. I don't know. I try not to. I don't shop around for bids. I'll get one, go with someone I trust, but I don't bid shop the guys I work with.
Have you ever had a commercial client ask you for like a reference or anything when you were first starting in commercial?
No,
Never, eh?
never. No, no one's ever been like, "What have you done before?" They don't give a shit. They just want you to do it for the cheapest price.
That's great.
Today, though, I had a GC. I called them. I said, "Okay, I got some updated pricing for you on this job. Just want to make sure you got it." They're like, "Yeah." They're like, "You're not low." Okay. Well, thanks for the heads up. It's like, "We used you anyway, but you're not low." I'm like, "Well, that's nice of you." He goes, "Yeah, because I know if you fuck up, you're gonna come and fix it." Yeah, you're right.
Mm.
Wish all the other GCs thought that way. He was like, we didn't even ask the other guy for a bid. They just sent it. So that's one thing about sending unsolicited bids. That's a great way to get your price shown to other bidders. So I know the competition's bid just because they sent their unsolicited bid to one of my GCs.
How did they get the information to be able to bid it?
Oh,
Uh,
every one of those building connected apps tells you what GCs are fucking bidding the jobs.
I
yeah,
see.
if you go to bids and tenders, Cornwall or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
show all the jobs that are bidding, and then you'll see all the plan takers, right? So I could shop my price to everybody on every one of the plan takers.
So then all those people are also asking others to get bids on it. So it's not,
Well, like if I'm a new GC, um, and I wanted to bid this job, but I'm not from the area, say I'm from Toronto and I want to bid in Cornwall, well, I can look at the list and be like, okay, well, there's the landscaper. I can reach out to him for a price.
got
There's a
it.
civil guy. I can reach out to him for a price. I can GC the job from fucking China if I wanted to and just get prices from all these guys, right? And then they'll come in and do their part and I'll add 10 or 15, whatever percentage it is. But anyone can be, that's why there's so many like little weird GC companies
Mm,
or building companies because they can just find the information and put together a bid.
got it.
But then, like I said, you run the risk of,
But if five GCs bid that job and you bid it to one of them and you know the other five, if you've already made the tender, why not send it to all of them?
Yeah, for sure. But you don't know how loyal those GCs are to their subs, right? They
No,
could
but
t
you've already done the work.
Yeah, but you have to show your cards, right? I mean, you always have to go if you want the job, you always have to be the lowest price, right? But like it's I don't know. I just think well, I'm friends with some of these GCs, some of these estimators, and if they get an unsolicited bid, they'll be like, I don't know who the fuck these guys are. You want to see their number?
Yeah.
And that's
But the other thing is if the GCs find out that you're shopping your price to all of them, then they're losing their competitive advantage. If they know that you're going to give them a good number on the job and you know what you're doing and you're going to give them a fair, sharp number, they don't want you to give numbers to the other GCs who could be dealing with idiots who aren't or giving them high numbers or don't know what they're doing or like, the sub trades are valuable to the GCs.
yeah, well, they always ask who's bidding this one. I'll be like, all the main guys, Like, are you pricing them? Yeah. You all get the best price. Like, there's no better price. That's why we get picked for everything. And if we don't, you fucking remember it whenever they shit the bed. We lost a job, $150,000 job by $50,000. The margins aren't that there. So, so what are they doing that's not there? And the GCs will be like, oh, sorry, we couldn't use your number. The other guy was just so much cheaper. And you're like, well, how? They have to be cutting something. And whenever you have to make up for it, don't fucking forget why I was 50 grand more than the last guy. Now you're eating
Or
shit.
they don't show up and they fuck up your job and they take forever and or they find some way to juice you for the 50 grand that it should have cost anyways, searching for bullshit. Like there's things we're doing right now. There's things like we won't do for free. Like we won't do. Like I'm not putting a gate on the patio without you sending us a drawing and a spec and telling us what you want. But there's a scope gap with excavating a couple gardens at one of those fire halls.
Yeah.
Like, they've agreed now to pay us to haul the dirt away after we hauled a bunch of the dirt away for free. Whatever. Like, if you're going to now there's a deal in place for us to haul the dirt away. I'll excavate these gardens out for you quickly. I need to get this job done. I want to get fucking paid.
Yeah.
Like, I already have an excavator there. What's the fucking big deal? I'm just going to fucking dig out these two gardens, get this shit done, and fucking,
Yeah.
like I that's something I'll help out with, help out a GC. But I'm not helping you redesign and build a gate. There's one of these places, there was supposed to be a poured curb, but because they cut the parking lot back but didn't adjust the grade because there's no allowance for that, the grade behind the poured curb is a foot higher than the poured curb now. And there's no and it's all a bunch of trees. So in order to adjust the grade, you got to claw out all the tree roots, which obviously everyone's fucking crazy nuts about, right? So they're like, oh, we need to pour a high curb here. Give us a price to pour a high curb. And so Jack said, okay, well, like, give us a design. Like,
Just a high curve.
this curb's going to be like 3 feet high now. Like, give us the design. Do you want rebar? Do you want it to be a toe curb? Like, what do you want this shit to look like? Well, they're all just like, oh, just pour a regular curb, but pour it higher. Okay. And when the tree roots push through it in a year, some shit happens and it snaps and breaks. Who's coming to do the warranty work? Well, you guys. Okay. Well, we're not warranting it without engineered drawings.
Yeah.
We'll just pour a high curb. Well, this has been going on now on this fucking job for 3-4 weeks. Like I went and dug it out for the regular curb, and now this is like 3 or 4 weeks in, and the trench is still sitting there because no one will provide a design for the high curb. And I said, I don't care if it sits there forever. Like technically, I dug out all that gravel, and I have to now get rid of it. So
Yeah. Wow. Well,
and they do this shit like there's a curb, and then there's we poured a shed pad, and there's a shed on site. We have to move on the shed pad, right? But they didn't include a ramp between the curb and the shed pad for wheeling the garbage bins out. Well, they also didn't include any soil or sod, so it's currently just a 18-inch deep trench between the two things. So
wow. Right.
I was talking to Jack today, and I said, "Hey, like, just so we're all," because they're like, "Oh, they're dealing with getting a ramp, so there's a curb, a ramp, and then the shed pad." I said to Jack, like, just so we're all on the same page here, so we all understand that, like, the shed that we're moving is on a 2x4 framed deck. So when we move the shed over, there's going to be like 3.5 inch, well, 4 inches because it's half-inch sheet of ply, like above the ramp. So the shed is still not going to roll on the ramp because the shed is on this fucking deck. Oh shit! Like these people are fucked, man.
But it's still better than taking a call from a residential client who
Oh,
says,
gotcha.
"Oh, my poly sand is coming out here."
You know
Like,
why? One of the things that is great about it, at 5 o'clock, very rarely do you hear anything from a commercial job after 5.
mhm. Yeah,
And very rarely do you hear shit on a commercial job. Nowadays, it's very rare to hear shit out of a commercial job after 3.
true.
And you never hear shit on a residential job from a commercial job on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Correct. Which is
I,
awesome.
I think that's part of the appeal, like, is that
Definitely, yeah. I never thought about that. But I remember I was at a wedding one time. And during the week we were doing a patio for this lady, and it was a weekend, so obviously off the clock. And I get this fucking phone call during the ceremony, and the lady just fucking rips into me. She's like, "The patio's not done." She's like, "I see metal exposed around the edges, this," and she's just fucking going off on me. And I'm just like, "Well, you weren't around Friday. We didn't get a chance to finish the patio. We're not done. Relax." Like, I was just a punching bag for this lady and whatever she was going through that day. Like, and I think that only happened twice in my career. Some other guy, some fucking moron from Ottawa, yelled at me because he didn't like how we put his stepping stones in one time. And yeah, I'm just like, I don't want to be a slave to these people. Like, fuck it. They make you feel like you're a foot tall. I'm just like, I'm done. Done with this bullshit. And now I won't even take that shit from a residential client. I haven't had to, but yeah, like they just make you feel so
in
small. Commercial, it never
a lot
happened.
of these, like where we're from too, a lot of these big GCs have so much anti-bullying and
Yeah,
like all this woke shit because they have to. It's like they can't even send you it. Like I remember back in the day, commercial sites, people would send you angry emails, or way back in the day they'd yell at you, or but now there's none of that shit goes on commercial job sites. None of it. Because it's all too regulated. Like no site super is going to call you up and be fucking screaming at you. We went and did a job for the contractor we do a lot of work for. Um, and then they referred us to the GC for this lift and relay job because they didn't want anything to do with it. They were like, we don't want anything. And it was papers we literally just laid. And I went there, and the guy's like, okay, you got to lift up the main entrance, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't even understand why are we doing this? Oh, there's like a tripping hazard. We're refinishing the floor. It's going to change the height. Okay, like this has nothing. No, you guys didn't do anything wrong. You did a perfectly good job. We love your work, but we need to rip up this 200 square feet of pavers. Okay, whatever, sure. So it got tore up. It got relayed. It looks exactly the same. The door looks exactly the same. I don't understand what we were doing or why we did it, but the site super was so thankful and polite about it. And I'm like, I guarantee that like 20 years ago, site super would have just yelled at you until you did it for free, whatever that problem was. Nowadays, they're like, thank you for coming. We really appreciate you being here. It was really great to have you here. You know, we're having a barbecue. Do you want to come to the barbecue? We're going to have potato salad. Do you like potato salad? Do you want spicy potato? Like, this is what it's like now. It's so
We
weird.
have
Like,
food
but
allergies we need to accommodate.
yeah, we need to accommodate. Like, I think that that's a big difference for me between residential and also like when these people were all in a shit fit about us not being on these jobs, which was legitimate. I didn't really care that much. I was like, I don't know, like whatever. Like I cared. I did care. Like I want to provide good service. But I was like, you people were supposed to have these jobs ready last November. It's fucking August now. We
Yeah.
weren't sitting in a garage going, shit, let's all sit here until the moment that the fire hall's ready and then go. Fuck yeah. I had this guy call me today. I got your number from Marcus. I said, okay, cool, man. It's like, I need a load of crushed concrete. I said, where do you need it? He said, I need it in Oshawa. I said, all right, well, $400. It's one load, one time to a person I don't know and I've never met before. My chances of getting paid for this are pretty fucking slim. So I'm like, $400. He goes, let me call you back. I said, okay, whatever, man. Call me back. Brother? I said, yeah, man. It's like, we got a deal, man. We got a deal. We've got a deal here. I said, okay, great. I don't care about this at all. Like, like, sure, we've got a deal. He says, when can you bring it? I said, oh, I could bring it tomorrow morning. Like, well, no, I meant when can you bring it today? I said, bro, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, I need it right now. I said, this isn't Uber, man. Like, what do you think our $300,000 dump truck was sitting at the yard going, we hope Shazam calls, whatever his fucking name was. It was something like that. Hope Shazam calls today. We got to get him out his $400 load of crushed concrete. He's like, well, I'm not happy about this. Great, man. I guess we don't have a deal. Like, I could tell by talking to him to this guy, this $400 was a fucking big deal. Like, we got a deal, man. We've got a fucking deal. And I could tell by talking to him that this, making this deal for this $400 was really important to him. It was a big deal. He was Big Deal Shazam, buying $400 for. I'm like, dude, you know how much shit's happened to me today? I don't give a fuck about this at all. Like,
You could fill half a pothole for that $400.
if I had a truck available, yeah, I would have sent it. Absolutely, I would send it to Shazam. But the trucks are. I can do something tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
The truck right now is hauling dirt for a client. In a similar situation, we had a client reach out today with like what you would deem to be in a landscape emergency. These loads had to leave. This is a client that we've done a couple $100,000 worth of dirt removal for already this year. When they call or put in the group text, we need this dirt to leave. I made sure that dirt fucking left today. It's gone. We rerouted things. We fucking sent triaxles. We fucking got this dirt gone. It was gone in like 3.5, 4 hours after the call. I think it was 4 or 5 loads they got out of there. Like, but this guy's done like this isn't like a guy randomly calling me demanding that we move heaven and earth for $400. And what's hilarious is the guy we've done hundreds of thousands of dollars of business with was more polite and nicer to me about getting rid of the dirt than the guy who needed this one load for $400.
Yeah. That's why commercial is better than residential. Same sort of
Yes.
idea, right?
Yep. And one of those jobs was a guy doing a commercial contract, and one of them was a guy who was like digging his own basement or something. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, man. Like, seemed like a nice enough guy, but I think he just thought that ordering gravel, like, and I guess if you don't order gravel all the time, you think that it just comes like, because we live in such a world of Walmart's open 24 hours a day, Amazon delivers everything overnight. Like, I guess people think gravel's the same, but gravel is like one of the last things that you can't just order and get immediately, generally. So, anyways, you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. That's the end of the podcast.
Thank you for watching. Ooh. Yeah, those people run the world. They're so impressive. What a bunch of freaks.